Hello! In this video, we're gonna keep sculpting our character. So this time we're gonna be sculpting the torso, which means we're gonna be sculpting the neck, the chest, part of the shoulders, and part of the backs. So don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and comment if you have any doubts. And let's get started. So I have an important thing to say. The last blocking we did was having too much problems when I had to sculpt the body. When we had to press Ctrl R to give more polygons to the mesh, I was having this problem. And I had no idea why this was happening. So I had to reblock the entire character like this. This time I did in a different way. Like I used cubes, spheres, cylinders, and then I joined them together after finishing everything. And now when we go to the sculpt mode, we press R to adjust this little number, and then Ctrl R. We don't have that problem. So if this problem comes to happen to you, I recommend you to reblock the entire character in a different way, just like I did. And now I don't have this problem anymore, so now we can start sculpting the character with no problems. So now that we have the new blocking, we can simply start sculpting the character. I'm gonna press Ctrl Tab and go into the sculpt mode. So I'm gonna be pressing Ctrl R, and then we can start sculpting our character. I'm gonna start by smoothing the torso. So we're gonna be using this tool here, smooth, and make things more smooth. Of course, don't forget to enable this little option here. I'm gonna be smoothing the shoulders, the chest, the tummy, the waist, and the neck. And same thing for the back. And now we're gonna be adjusting the model according to the model sheet. We're gonna be pressing G, F, and bringing it to the front like this. Same thing in the back view. And basically this whole process is gonna be just like we did with the head. We're gonna sculpt, adjust according to the model sheet, sculpt, give more details, and keep doing the same thing until we get a nice result. And now that we did the smoothing of our character, we can start adding the details. So I'm gonna start by the neck. I'm gonna be selecting the crease, and then I'm gonna be doing the details similar to the model sheet. In this case, we're gonna be adding these details of the body, like these bones, the chest, and then the tummy with the waist. And same thing for the back. So I'm gonna start by the neck, creating that detail. I'm gonna be turning on the transparency to see what I'm doing here based on the model sheet. And I'm just gonna be marking it around the areas where I have to do the details. In this case, it is around here. So let's get started. I'm gonna be making some holes around here and another holes around here until it looks something similar to the model sheet. And I'm gonna be using the inflate option to create some bumps around here where we have to have some bones. Same thing here, same thing here. I'm gonna be using the crease again. And basically the whole process is gonna be the same thing as we did with the head. We're gonna sculpt the details according to the model sheet, adjust, sculpt, adjust until we get a nice result. Now I have the base idea for the chest, and I'm gonna start sculpting the little bone that is around the chest area, which is this one. So I'm gonna be marking it according to the model sheet. And then I'm just gonna be doing the details. Create some holes. I'm gonna be using inflate to create another detail here. And it's basically just this. We gotta be following the same idea until we get the whole torso finished. So I'm gonna be finishing this chest and I'm gonna be back in a few minutes. And of course, I'm doing this based on my art style. If your style is a bit different from mine, you have to do it according to your style and according to your model sheet. So I'm almost finished with the chest, and then we're gonna start doing the shoulder, which is gonna be the same thing and maybe even easier because it's just a small area. So I think I'm done with the chest, and now I'm gonna start adjusting the shoulder, but first I have to adjust the model according to the model sheet. So I'm gonna press G and move this around like this until it looks like similar to the model sheet. Same thing from the side view. So I think this is looking good now. And I'm gonna start working on the shoulder. It's gonna be really simple. I'm just gonna be selecting crease, and then we're gonna be creating this little detail here of the muscle. Something similar to this. I'm not gonna be sculpting the arms in this video. It's gonna be the next video. So for now, I'm just gonna be doing a little detail in the shoulders, and I'm gonna be smoothing it. And I think this is enough for the shoulders. So we have the shoulders and the chest with the muscle. Now I'm gonna be doing the detail in the backs, like the line in the middle and maybe some muscles in the back. And it's gonna be the same process as we did in the chest. So I'm gonna be creating a little line in the middle and basically just marking it like this. And then I'm gonna be smoothing it to look a bit better. And now I'm gonna be creating a little detail for a bone that we have in our backs, which is gonna be around here. And again, of course, this is based on my art style. You can be doing something different based on your art style. I'm gonna be using this option here, clay strips, to create another type of bump, which is gonna be this, and simply create the detail. And now I'm gonna be smoothing it to create a nice transition like this. I'm gonna be making this little edge a bit more sharp with a crease and creating a little detail inside this part like this. And this is it. I think we have our back finished. We're not gonna be using the character. I'm just gonna make a little detail down here and around here like this. And I think this is finished for the backs. Now we're gonna be creating the tummy and part of the waist. So I'm gonna start creating that little hole that we have in our tummy. I don't know how to call it in English. I forgot how to say that. I'm gonna be doing this. And we're gonna basically be doing the same thing as we did in the back. I'm gonna be creating a little detail here for the muscles. like this. And I'm gonna be turning transparency on and marking this little detail here according to the model sheet. So this is the area where I have to do the little details. I'm gonna start by increasing this. I have to make this little part a bit smaller, like this. And I'm gonna be using the bump again, which is the inflate, to create a little detail here, like this. And then I'm gonna be smoothing it to create a nice transition. And now I'm gonna be adding a bit of a bump in this little area that you know what this is. So I'm gonna be creating a little detail here. And then I'm gonna press G, bring it down. I'm gonna press crease. I'm gonna select crease again and create a really sharp detail around here. And then I'm gonna be smoothing it to create a nice transition once again. I'm gonna select D and move this a bit around like this, having a nice transition. And again, I'm gonna be selecting crease and create a bit more of detail right here. And now I'm gonna be smoothing the tummy just a little bit because we have to have a nice transition always. So I'm gonna be creating another sharp edge here like this using the crease pencil. And up here, the same thing. And this is basically this. And this is basically this. And it is basically just this. I'm gonna be smoothing this little detail again. And now I have to do just a little detail in the armpits. I'm gonna be selecting crease and creating a sharp edge here like this. And then I will adjust according to the model sheet. And this is it. We have the torso finished. It's much more easier than the head because it doesn't have so many little details. And it is basically this. I'm just gonna make sure this is similar to the model sheet. So I'm gonna press G and bring this a bit to the front like this. This little detail too. This other one. And I'm basically just gonna be smoothing this little area of his cake to make things a bit more smooth and have a nice transition. Just like this. And I'm gonna be creating a little detail here for his cake. You don't need to do it, but I like to do it to have a better anatomy. So I'm gonna be creating a little detail here and here to make it more separated from the legs. And I think this is it. And this is it. That's all for this video. We sculpted the torso of our character. So we sculpted the neck, the chest, backs, part of the waist, and the shoulders. Another thing to say, I really wasn't expecting that little problem to happen at the beginning of the video. So I had to reblock the entire character once again in a different way. So if this problem comes to happen with you, I recommend you to do the same as I did. Reblock the character, a bit different from the last one, and try to do the same thing again and see if it works or not. If you have any problems and any doubts, you can comment down here. I'm gonna be trying to answer you. And this is the final result that we got. We sculpted the torso, including the neck, shoulders, chest, tummy, waist, and part of the back. And in the next video, we're gonna be sculpting the arms and the legs. So make sure to subscribe so you're not gonna be missing this video. And that is it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment something down here, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.